A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I seek refuge in Allah from the shaitan the stone. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. With the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Dr. A.K.M. Mahbubullah from Jessore, Bangladesh. Thanks to Saudi Crown Prince Mohammad bin Salman 2021. He says, we are only obliged to implement stipulations that are clearly stated in the Quran. According to verse 33, Surah Ayah number 35 and Surah number 3, Ayah number 195, Allah has given equal status to men and women. Thank for the taking the women of Saudi Arabia forward. Hope for bright future all Saudi people and Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Let us we know now what is meaning of Hadith. Hadith translated as events. Sunnah means practice. Whereas in society, Hadith is taken as saying of Holy Prophet, but according to the Book of Allah, this is not as such. Saudi Crown Prince suggests concentrating the constitution and laws on the Quran, eliminating many hadiths. He speaks of the need for a current interpretation of the Quran. He declared that the constitution of Saudi Arabia is the Quran, and that is country is obliged to implement the Quran in one form or another. That is, all citizens will be respected as such, and in their difference to be more explicit. He stressed that only what is only said unequivocally in the Quran should be applied in social and personal affairs. We are obliged to implement only the stipulation clearly and enunciated in the Quran. Thus, I cannot apply a Sharia punishment without a clear or explicit Quranic stipulation of the Sunnah. The reform is clear. The government, where Sharia is concerned, has to implement Quran regulation and teachings in mutawatir, well known mutawatir hadith. Number one, and to look into the veracity and reliability of ahad hadith. Number two, and to disregard khabar hadith in the world of man-made religions. Hadith ahad is accepted as a reliable argument in the faith. Number three, entirely unless if a clear benefit is derived from it for humanity. So, There should be no punishment related to a religious matter except when there is a clear Quranic stipulation. And this penalty will be implemented based on the way that the Prophet applied it. In this case, according to this criterion, only 10% of the valid hadiths remain, which are those converging with the Quran. In addition, some anti-Islamic law would disappear, such as stoning, amputating the hands of thieves, as well as Islamic criminal law, such as the death of the apostate and homosexuals. The Crown Prince also added that to implement a penalty on the pretext that is a Sharia penalty, while there is no stipulation for such a penalty in the Quran or in the Mutawatir Hadith, then this is also a falsification of the Sharia. Allah Almighty revealed the Quran and Rasul implemented it, and the peace for interpretation is open permanently. We should engage in continuous interpretation of Quranic text. This is like saying that Saudi Arabia is opting for Quranism, a current of thought that rejects the authority of the Hadith and that supports in the actualization of interpretations as a function of time, knowledge, and culture. So, I thanks Saudi Crown Prince Mohammad bin Salman, Allah bless him, for this cause, because people of Hadith, they never following the verses of Allah. We are a Muslim in the Allah's country, in the kingdom of Allah. We must be follow the Quranic verses, other than we are going to astray. If we need to go hereafter to heaven, must be in this life we are following the verses of Allah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.